Hello, everyone. Welcome again to Alphawisdom. I'm Mystic Cassandria, and this is lesson 99. Again, we are analyzing a poem. We're going to be doing that quite frequently now because we have enough understanding, or we've been exposed to enough to make an analysis or examine or to read a poem. Okay, starting with this hand, this is a female's hand, and we scan the hand, see what we recognize, what pulls us in. Let's take a look at the fingers. Look at the length of the fingers. Look at spacing between the fingers, and look at the thumb. And notice whether the distance between the angle between the index and the thumb, and also check the upper flange. Is that curved as this is? Okay. And then you could scan the lines there and see what you recognize. That's a great start in getting going with your reading. Okay, but we're starting with this one. We're going to just scan it, continuously scanning it, and see if there's something else we may have missed. All right, but let's go to the fingers. First, you might be pulled into a certain part, but this is the way it's going to go for this one. We're going to look at the length of the index finger and compare that to the ring finger. It's pretty much the same. Sometimes you will not find the exact length with these two fingers. But if that's the case, you simply notice how close they are. This one is very close, indicating that we cannot say that this one would make that much difference, just slight. So this person may lack just slightly now, a little self-esteem, but otherwise they're okay. It doesn't really bother them, okay? That's balancing yourself, that is the index finger, with the public. That would be the ring finger. All right, going to the little finger. All right, the little finger is the communication finger. And in this case, it's shorter than usual. You see that line that separates the top flange with the second flange and then the third flange? Okay, you notice it's near the middle, but it's certainly shorter. It's not quite at the middle between that second flange, but it's just shorter. So when you have a shorter one, there is a little slightness or a degree, slight degree of this person showing a lack of wordiness. That is a certain lack of wordiness, expressing themselves in an eloquent or with wit, as well as a distinct unease with sarcasm and irony. They can't seem to handle that too well. So there's a little sensitivity there. It may not occur with everybody, but that's the general view of a shorter finger. Okay, let's take a look at the gaps. In between the little finger and the ring finger, there's not too much of a gap there, but they're comfortable working on their own. There is a slight gap between the index and middle finger. They're open to listening to others in handling business, but it's not as though they're 90 or even 80. I'd say maybe 50 or 60, somewhere in between, ready to consent to someone telling them how to handle their finances without a whole lot of questions coming up. All right, going to the gap between the middle finger and the index finger. And you'll find there is a gap. So this person likes to make their own decisions. They will confer with others, but generally they'll go ahead and make the decision on their own in spite of consultations from others. Looking at that thumb, that's a nice curve there, meaning this person is flexible. They're open to change and they're willing to listen, and their thinking is that way. So when you see a thumb like that, that means the person is flexible across the board. All right, now we get into the lines of the hand. I know we're not going to cover everything, but just notice everything we cover with we can. Let's take a look at that lifeline. It's a strong lifeline. There's a little disruption at the beginning, but by the teenage years, that seems to change a bit. And after 40, excuse me, After 40, the line gets clearer. So this is a late bloomer when it comes to good health, and everything else is going fine with family and friends and so on. So that looks good. Let's take a look at the headline. You notice it's not attached to the lifeline. So this person is independent. They tend to make up their mind. They know what they want to do, and it's been like that for a while. So there looks like, with magnifying glass, there was an attachment up to about age 5, and then it's sort of, the line sort of disappeared, and then it becomes a line of its own. Okay, and that heads all the way down toward the imagination, intuition, and creativity area. That is the lunar mount. Okay, so that looks pretty good. There's some little struggles in their 20s, because there are islands there. The person's trying so hard, under stress for some reason, connected with work. Maybe they're trying too hard, or they're expecting more out of themselves. Others are expecting more out of them than they're able to give. But it gets so much better at the end. Going to the heart line. You notice with this heart line, it's very well defined, but something happens. Heartbreaks there, because there are chains of islands going on there, and disruptions, disappointments in love. Things aren't working out. No matter what it was, it's just not working out. But look at where it heads. It heads up toward Jupiter, or between Jupiter and the middle finger, and then this person seems to be happier, a little happier situation for them. So that's good. And they have marks coming up, which are good. Anything that comes up, always good. These are not horizontal lines, they're swinging up. So that's a good sign. That's always good. That's trying hard and eventually trying to get some kind of results. They do have an X in between the lifeline, the headline and the heart line. You see that? So they are interested in intuition. They may not express it because of that little finger, but it's there. They might be slightly gifted. You never know about these things. Otherwise, they do have worry lines across the thumb ball, but they're a little weak there, but they're there. So worry. And they're worry lines. These are vertical lines on the flange. So the person does worry. This is a worrier. So whether that continues, I don't know. And the person has a few other things like the lines below the little finger. Okay, that means this person is good in advising, and it also is a medical stigmata there, meaning healing. So I'm not sure if the person is healing. I don't see anything else in the hand that says healing. They do have mercury lines coming up from the lifeline. I don't know if you could see that, but they're there. Okay, that's basically it, what's going on in this palm. We will be seeing more and more palms as we progress. So I encourage you to keep watching and keep studying your palm so that you're very clear on it. And until next time, be sure you subscribe, give a thumbs up if you like it, and share. Stay safe. Thanks for watching, and be happy. Bye.